Why, stick me in a wheelchair, put me in disability claims, and call me Handicapped Harold. Here we go again. It's another Marvel comic review. This time it's the Unstoppable Wasp, but really it's the Stop Twice now and will be rebooted again because Marvel doesn't know how to write comics anymore, Wasp. So let's get this out of the way. Nadia is a great idea for a character, and she's too pure, but let's get this over with, and then we will talk about that at the end. So Nadia is in a store looking at oranges, and then Kamala is there too. So Nadia asks, what's the best thing to eat? And instead of saying,
let's go to Five Guys for that,
she says,
blah blah blah.
Is Kamala reading like cereal boxes or something? So then Nadia walks up to the dude behind the counter and, oh, my apologies, the non-binary person behind the counter, and asks him, I mean, it or them, what is the best thing to eat? Once again, Five Guys, Nadia, it exists. So Nadia wants to try everything, but she can't today, so she wants the smoothest of all food. And Naveed, of course his name is Naveed, its name, my apologies once again, says something else. Anyways, after leaving the orange store, Kamala keeps harassing Nadia and follows her through the streets, and Nadia doesn't look where she's going. Nadia, sweetie, the roads work the same everywhere. There are cars and buses that could kill you without looking. I get you were kept in a bunker your whole life, but you should have figured this out by now. Anywho, Nadia tells Kamala that she is her friend, and that's it. Nadia enters the most oppressive place in the world, the immigration office, to become a citizen. Weird that this is coming from a modern Marvel comic. So inside the office waiting room, Nadia is sharing her fruit, food, stuff with everyone. And this is a hero worth her salt. And no, not being salty over a rude comment, but a hero worth a damn. She's even fucking sharing her food with people. This is a nice break from
other creatures made by the dumping ground of the comic industry.
Nadia is caring and sweet, and she hasn't even put on her costume. So Nadia and her
thick self
heads up to the desk and starts being friendly and nice, and then her backstory is told. By the way, this is how to make a backstory. It tells her backstory in a page while getting it all out there, instead of being a preppy bitch who says,
oh, you haven't heard of me? Well, I'm kind of a big deal.
So Nadia is Hungarian, taken by the Red Room after her father and mother were attacked on their honeymoon. Her mother, named Maria, was pregnant with Nadia, this is going to be confusing, and just days before she died, Nadia was born. Since then, Nadia was trained as an assassin with a bunch of other girls to be like the Black Widow. But after showing signs of being smart like her father, Hank Pym, Nadia was put into the science division, and she began learning from her father and used his notes to escape. So, Nadia tells the immigration officer this. That's the backstory. No preppiness, nothing, just a backstory. And the woman tells Nadia that she is a little ray of sunshine and asks why she isn't angry. And Nadia comments to her that,
if I spent the rest of my life being bitter, then I never really escaped.
Look at this! She is something! She doesn't hold grudges against her enemies. She doesn't whine about her life. She moves on and finds light in the dark. Oh, and then an explosion happens and Kamala enters. I really want to make a joke, but someone will probably report that as offensive. The explosion was a giant robot and Kamala and fucking Mockingbird. Why? Who wanted this? I remember when she was actually a good character, but then
feminism
happened to her, and then so action is happening, and Nagging Bird gets flicked away by a giant robot. Then Kamala and Nadia save her,
unfortunately,
and then drop her off. The robot is charging in, and the two teenage girls are talking about Harry Potter and fanfics. Okay, Harry Potter, but why does Kamala seemingly always write fanfics about everything? I love her, but her comic is trash, but this is something I don't get. So the giant robot is still attacking, and Nadia jumps up and declares that she's the Wasp, and the girl, but probably trans person, who we're going to call Dora the Explorer, grabs her and tells her no one will miss her. Then Nadia is hurt by this. I still love her. Then Nadia shrinks and begins to enter the giant robot and begins playing heavy metal to annoy the angry Mexican Dora. And Nadia, the one with actual musical taste, for some reason calls metal music ballads. Like, Nadia, come on now. It's just jeez. And she even dances to it. Come on now. This is metal music. You gotta headbang. Russians are weird. Nadia grows back and sits on Dora the Explorer's laps and tells Miss Marvel to do her thing. Miss Marvel ties her arms around the robots and legs and drops it like a gender studies degree after the owner realizes that they will never make anything out of their lives with that kind of thing. The angry Mexican tells Nadia that she will never be in the same sentence with people like Bruce Banner and Hank Pym and the other
Males?
This is where you begin to roll your eyes because you know what's coming. So after Dora leaves, Mocking Bitch brings Kamala and Nadia out for smoothies. For some reason, Nadia doesn't know what smoothies are. But then again, she was put in a bunker. During their talk to one another, Nadia finds out that Mocking Pigeon is Bobby Morse, and she hugs her. Now, this is actually a cute little talk. One problem is they hug a lot. Like, I get it. I mean, I actually like this. You know, they're just girls talking. I mean, it's kind of nice, kind of weird put into a comic book, but I'm pretty sure this comic book is meant for girls. Which says a lot about my life. So, after drinking their smoothies, they leave and Kamala goes back to her own comic, and they head back to Jersey. Why? Why Jersey? For two of the new characters who conveniently just met. Hank Pym, Ronnie. Hank probably lived there. So then Mocking Gerbil brings up
The list.
She comments that the first woman on the list is on place 27. So fucking what? This should be a test about the intellect of a person, not what's between their frickin' legs. Oh, God. It hurts. So then Mocking Giraffe brings up Moon Girl and her being the smartest person in the world. Then I search for my gun and try the trigger. But then I remember that I threw away the BBs. If Moon Girl's so smart, why did she question the hours of a school day and the age to vote? A quick Google search could easily find the answers to that. So then Mockingjay f***s off and Nadia wants to change the list and begins to think about plans to make a group of young women to become scientists, calling this group Girl. Now, popular media would tell you GIRL stands for Girls in Action Research Labs, but media nowadays is so stupid a dyslexic hobo is more accurate with information, so let me break this down for you. Nadia, honey, Genius in Action Research Labs does not add up to GIRL. Nadia could be kind of like Marvel's version of a big-butted, adorable Batman. yeah, that took me forever. So, Nadia, leave this comic and come live with me in deep outer space with my other fictional wives to escape this world filled with backwards idiots. For a comic based in science, just kidding,
The science.
you know, the
Oh my god.
science, where they wear helmets and swing knotted ropes all day long instead of researching things. For a comic based in that kind of science, why don't they research things in the real world like scientists do, and they would find out that the reason there aren't many females in science, my apologies, isn't because of sexism, but because women, the majority of them anyways, don't want to follow STEM. Oh, Jesus. The girl group is so stupid. So what if like handicapped Harold wants to join and prove to the world that he could be a scientist too? Does Nadia push him away because he has
A penis?
Does she say,
Sorry, no boys allowed, but you can make it on your own.
how? How does he get the funding? You have an affiliation with the Avengers. He has an affiliation with a flippin' metal chair. Mockingbird has become a joke. What happened to this woman? She's manipulative, and instead of wanting Nadia to do better for the world and herself, she seems to have a grudge against the men around her. She's pissed off at S.H.I.E.L.D. for having this list, but yet works for them. I guess that paycheck must fit her gold-digging needs, eh? So, oh yeah, and also, she ended up dating Spider-Man, turning him into a cuck boy. MJ, Gwen, where are you? Nadia is a total sweetheart, without a doubt, but like Kamala, her comic is trash. So, let me just end this real quick. Should you buy? Hey, guess what?
No.
Should you read? Just because Nadia is thick doesn't mean you should waste your time in this crap. So, no. Marvel needs to die. Similar to my love life.
It started